In this video, we're going to look at the ls and less commands. The ls command allows us to see what is inside a directory. We would specifically be looking at the -l and -a options. The less command allows us to see the contents of a file. Okay, so I logged into the server and I'm at my shell screen. And if I go up here and I just look at where I'm at, which is pwd, and you can see I'm in my S-Shaper, so I'm in my home directory. And if I do ls, remember ls lists everything in a directory, you can see that here's all the directories that I have right now in my home directory. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's just talk a little bit about ls. It's actually a pretty simple command to just do ls, and it will show you all the folders and files in the directory. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my playground, okay, just to kind of clear things up. So I'm going to go into the playground folder. And remember, playground is just something I made up. You don't have to have a playground folder. It doesn't have to be called playground. It's just something I made up. Okay, so if I hit ls, you can see that I have inside of here directory 1, directory 2. And there's no files at this playground level. Okay, so I have no files right here. I do have a file in directory 1 that we'll look at, but right now I don't have anything. Now, when I just do ls, that's all fine and good. It will show me the files and the folders. But what if I want more information? I want to know when it was created or what the permissions were, whatever. Well, there's an option that I can use for that. It's ls-l. And when I do the -l, and this is the common one that you're going to be doing, and I hit that, now you can see that I have a lot more information. Okay? It's telling me what my directory is, creation, when, what group it's in, the size. This one's a little bit bigger because it has a file in it. We get into how many links it has. All directories always have 2 links. And then here's are the permissions that this directory has. Now we'll be talking about permissions later and things like that a lot later. Right now I just want you to be familiar with the ls command. So there's another option that I can use, and that is ls-la. Now A is for all, and the reason that one's important is because when I do that, you can see that I have 2 other directories here, one with a dot and one with a dot. What Linux does is any directory that starts with a dot, it will not show. It will hide it by default. Okay? And every single directory that we have always has a dot and then the dot directories in there. It's just the way that Linux sets up its file structure. So let's try something. I'm going to do a command here, mkdir, and we'll look at this one later. It's called make directory. And I'm going to make a directory called .scott. Okay? And then I'm going to just do ls, and you can see it doesn't show up. So let me try ls-l. Still doesn't show up. Let me try ls-l-a. There it is. Okay? Because I put the dot in front of it when I created it right here, because I did that, it's now considered hidden. All right? So it's not going to show it. It's there. It's not like it doesn't exist. It exists. It's just it's not going to show it when you do ls. You have to do ls. You can actually, you don't have to do la. You can do lsa, and it's going to show it up this way. Okay. So let me clear my screen. All right. So ls, just the directories. ls-l gives you more details on the directories, and ls-la will give you the hidden directories as well, and along with the details. Okay, so that's the ls. There's, of course, more options that you can use, and those are the less commonly used ones. I'll save that for you to read about in a book. But that's pretty much the ls command. Now, we also have the less command. And the less command is pretty simple. It just shows you the contents of a file. So if we go into here, and or we go into my dir1. Okay, so I go cd dir1, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at that using ls. And you can see that I have this user bin output.txt, and it's just a file of all the folders in user bin. Actually, it's user usr, but that's okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go less, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab that file. All right. And when I hit the enter key, you can see that it's listing everything. But down here at the bottom, it's highlighted in green, and it has my cursor there. What it's doing is it's showing me a part of the file, but not the whole thing. If I want to see it line by line, I just hit my down arrow. and it will do it. If I want to do pages at a time, I just do page down. I want to go up a page up. I want to go up a line. It's just the up arrow and the down arrow. And so basically what Less allows you to do is view the contents of a file. You're viewing the contents of a file, and it allows you to scroll through it, because if it's a really big file like this one, you don't want just to go all the way to the end. You want to be able to see it and scroll through it. So that's what Less allows you to do. And then when you're done and you don't want to see the file anymore, you just enter the Q key and it takes you out of it. I also want to give you one little tip here, which is actually really nice. When you're trying to locate a file, you don't have to type in the whole file name. We have autocomplete. So I'm going to type in the Less command again. And I'm going to start with that file is called user bin. Okay? So if I go U and hit the tab key, it will actually fill that in for me. We're going to look at that little trick a little bit later in the semester, but I just wanted you to know about it now because it will save you so much time in typing. It works the same for directories as well. So if I wanted to go to, let's see, I want to get out of this, and then I have, I'm going to say cd dir. Well, in this particular one, because there's two directories, it doesn't know. If I hit the tab key twice, it's going to say, oh, dir1, dir2. Okay, just a little tip so you can see how to make your typing a little bit faster. Okay, that's it for those two commands. Okay, to summarize, we looked at the ls command, which allows us to see what's inside a directory. We specifically looked at the -l option and -a option. We also looked at the less command, which allows us to see the contents of a file, and if we need to, we can scroll throughout the contents, going up and going down. The other commands mentioned in this video was the mkdir command that allows us to make a directory, and we'll look at that in another video. And also we looked at the pressing the tab key autocomplete shortcut that helps with long file and folder names. And again, we're going to look at that in more detail in another video as well.